Hello. If you are a U.S. citizen, a green card holder, or someone who is still in the middle of the immigration process, then today's discussion is important for you. Not because something bad is about to happen, but because there are parts of the system that many people don't fully understand. And when you don't understand how something works, uncertainty can quickly turn into fear. There are situations, real situations, where a person can lose U.S. citizenship. That statement alone can sound alarming. But my purpose today is not to frighten you. It's to explain what is true, what is rare, and what actually matters. When you have clear information, you feel steadier, you feel more confident, and you're better equipped to move forward without unnecessary worry. I appreciate you being here with me. Immigration policies evolve, processing times shift, announcements are released, and sometimes very small details can feel overwhelming when you're already waiting, planning, or trying to build a future. In this conversation, we're going to talk about how citizenship can be lost, who it applies to, and what that really looks like in practice. We'll also touch on broader immigration updates that affect families, workers, students, and applicants around the world. Before we continue, I want to be clear about one thing. I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a government official. This isn't legal advice. What I'm offering is explanation, calm, plain language information so you can better understand how the system works and feel less lost while navigating it. Many people believe that once you become a U.S. citizen, that status can never change. You receive your passport, you vote, you feel secure. And in most cases, that sense of permanence is justified. Citizenship in the United States is strong and deeply protected, but it isn't completely untouchable. There are laws, procedures, and safeguards that exist to review rare situations where something may have gone seriously wrong during the process. That doesn't mean the government is constantly searching for reasons to take citizenship away. It means citizenship is treated as something valuable, something that must be obtained honestly and lawfully. The system is designed to protect that integrity, not to punish people who acted in good faith. To understand how citizenship can be questioned, it helps to first understand who is considered a citizen. Some people are citizens from birth. They were born in the United States or certain U.S. territories, or they were born abroad to an American parent who could pass citizenship to them. Others become citizens through naturalization. That means they immigrated legally, lived in the country for years, met eligibility requirements, passed tests, and took the oath of allegiance. Both groups are citizens. Both have constitutional rights, but the law looks at their history differently. For people who are citizens at birth, citizenship is extremely secure. In almost all cases, it cannot be taken away. The only rare exception involves serious fraud tied to identity or birth records from the very beginning, and those cases are extraordinarily uncommon. For naturalized citizens, there is a documented process: applications, interviews, background checks, and sworn statements. If years later, it is discovered that something critical in that process was deliberately hidden or falsified, the government has the authority to review that grant of citizenship. That doesn't mean small mistakes matter. It doesn't mean language barriers or confusion create danger. Reviews focus on intentional deception, not honest errors. I want you to hold on to that distinction as we move forward. Most people never face citizenship issues. When problems do arise, they usually involve serious fraud, criminal concealment, or actions that directly contradict the oath taken during naturalization. Let's begin with the least frightening situation, and one that surprises many people because it's entirely voluntary. A person can lose U.S. citizenship by choosing to give it up. This is called renunciation. It doesn't happen accidentally. You don't lose citizenship because you moved abroad, became frustrated, or expressed dissatisfaction online. Renunciation is a formal in-person process that takes place at a U.S. embassy or consulate outside the country. It involves interviews, legal acknowledgments, an oath confirming your intent, and a significant fee. Once completed, it is permanent. People renounce citizenship for many reasons. Some have settled permanently in another country. Others want to simplify financial or tax obligations. Some make the choice for personal or identity-related reasons. Whatever the motivation, the key point is that it is always a deliberate decision. Renouncing citizenship means losing the right to vote, losing automatic entry into the United States, and potentially needing a visa to visit in the future. For most people, this path never becomes part of their lives. It is uncommon, intentional, and carefully documented. And simply living abroad, holding another citizenship, or spending long periods overseas does not cause citizenship loss. Renunciation happens only when someone actively chooses it. The next topic is where anxiety often begins. So I want to move slowly here. Yes, the government can revoke citizenship in certain circumstances, but this typically happens for one reason: serious fraud during the naturalization process. This process is known as denaturalization. Denaturalization does not happen randomly. It does not happen because someone forgot a date or misunderstood a question years ago. It usually involves intentional concealment of major information, such as using a false identity, hiding a serious criminal history, or lying about activities that would have prevented approval. When these cases arise, they are handled through federal courts. The individual is notified, evidence is presented, legal arguments are made, judges review the facts. Nothing happens quietly or overnight. The person has rights and the opportunity to respond. This is where rumors often distort reality. The vast majority of citizens never face denaturalization because they went through the process honestly. Even if paperwork was confusing or English was difficult, the law focuses on deliberate deception, not misunderstanding. There is no strict time limit on reviews. If serious information comes to light later, older files can be examined. But that does not mean citizenship is fragile. It means it is valued. If you were truthful, followed the process, and acted in good faith, most of the time, you have nothing to fear. Another area that creates confusion involves associations and actions after citizenship is granted. In very specific and extreme cases, citizenship can be questioned when someone becomes involved with organizations that openly seek to harm or overthrow the United States. This is not about opinions, peaceful activism, culture, religion, or criticism of policy. What matters is intent and direct involvement with hostile or violent groups. In the past, some cases involved people assisting enemy governments or participating in activities that directly threatened national security. In those situations, authorities may review whether the oath of allegiance was sincere at the time of naturalization. Again, this does not apply to everyday life. Living abroad, visiting family, maintaining cultural ties, or holding strong opinions does not place someone at risk. These cases involve extreme conduct and go through long legal reviews. Dual citizenship is another common concern. Millions of Americans hold more than one passport. For most people, this is perfectly acceptable. The United States generally allows dual citizenship. You can maintain ties, travel freely, and honor your heritage. Complications arise only in rare situations involving for formal allegiance to another government in a way that directly conflicts with U.S. loyalty. Even then, nothing is automatic. Each case is examined carefully. The most extreme scenario people hear about involves treason. These cases are extraordinarily rare and involve serious crimes, clear evidence, and long court proceedings. Everyday activities, opinions, and travel do not fall into this category. For those born in the United States, citizenship is especially protected. In nearly all cases, it cannot be taken away. The rare exceptions involve proven, deliberate fraud tied to birth documentation, and those cases are uncommon and heavily scrutinized. I want to emphasize this because fear spreads easily online. Awareness is helpful. Panic is not. As we shift to broader immigration updates, I want to acknowledge how heavy waiting can feel. Processing times vary. Some cases move faster, others take longer. Silence does not automatically mean denial. Many delays are procedural, not personal. Across visas, green cards, work permits, and family petitions, the system continues to process enormous volumes of applications. Staying organized, responding to requests, and avoiding rumor-based decisions helps more than anything else. Interviews, travel, and secondary inspections can feel intimidating, but they are often routine. Calm, honest communication usually leads to resolution. Immigration journeys are not just paperwork. They are lives, families, futures. Feeling frustrated or tired is human. Staying informed helps you stay grounded. The central truth is this: U.S. citizenship is strong, meaningful, and protected. While rare exceptions exist, they are handled carefully and through long legal processes. For most people who follow the rules and acted honestly, citizenship is secure. And for those navigating visas, green cards, or pending cases, patience and clarity matter more than fear. If today's conversation helped you feel steadier or more informed, then I'm glad we spent this time together. Your journey matters, your questions matter, and understanding how the system works gives you confidence as you move forward. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the U.S. Immigration News Channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next